The Yuuzhan Vong War was always destined to be a devastating conflict for the Star Wars galaxy, but the early response, or lack thereof, from the New Republic made it even worse than it otherwise might have been. When the early forces of the Yuuzhan Vong arrived, called the Praetorite Vong, few in the New Republic were willing to take it seriously. New Republic Chief of State Borsk Fey'lya's influence was one of the primary causes of this. A cunning but self-serving politician, he believed the warnings by former Chief of State Leia Organa Solo and the Jedi were being exaggerated as a ploy against him and his government. When the first major Yuuzhan Vong force was defeated at Helska IV, Borsk and many others assumed the threat was both minor and had been fully dealt with. It was only through borderline insubordination that officers like Admiral Kre'fey and Gavin Darklighter, leader of the legendary Rogue Squadron, were able to mount some level of resistance against the slowly infiltrating Yuuzhan Vong. A lack of a unified response ultimately allowed the Yuuzhan Vong to far more easily secure a foothold, from which they would launch several offensives. Even as the threat became harder to ignore, Borsk and others downplayed its severity, leaving the oft-neglected Outer Rim to its own devices, and assuming the core would never be threatened, or that the Vong could be appeased. Borsk and many others ultimately paid with their lives for this arrogance during the fall of Coruscant, where in a final stand, the stubborn Chief of State attempted to make amends by sacrificing himself to blow up the Senate, taking many of the invaders out with him.